Welcome to the Basic Civil Engineering lecture series by Roy M. Thomas.
Hello, next material used for construction is brick. So, we will discuss this material under the following title. First, we will see what is the size of a brick. Then we will see what are the qualities or characteristics of good brick. Good brick. Then we will see the test and finally we will discuss the types. So, first we will see the size. What is the size of a brick? Do you have any idea about the size of a brick? Just I have brought one brick here, we can measure. This size is 20 centimeter, that is the length, and the width is 9.5 centimeters and the thickness is 6.5 centimeters. So, 20 centimeter, 9.5 centimeter and 6.5 centimeters, 6.5 centimeters. So, this is the brick I took it from this campus. But if you go to our nearby another campus or near another place, say for example, if you go to Alua, the dimension of the brick may be different. If you go to Pulingun, the dimension of the brick may be different. If you go to Trivandrum, the dimension of brick may be different. If you go to Bihar, the dimension of brick may be different. So, place to place, the size of the brick may change. So, that is why the standard size of the brick is taken as standard size 19 by 9 by 9 centimeters. Nominal size, (20 by 10 by 10 centimeters). What is the difference between standard size and nominal size? Nominal size means after arranging the bricks in the proper position, that is after the construction. That means in between the bricks, cement mortar is also come, that is cement plus sand plus water mixture. So, this include that thickness also. So, standard size is taken as 19 by 9 by 9 centimeters, nominal size is 20 by 10 by 10 centimeters. Now, we will move to the characteristics of good brick. What you are expecting from a good brick, that is coming under this title. So, whenever you think about any material, what should be the important property or important quality of that brick? The first property, first quality of any material should be the strength. So, here also we will consider the compressive strength. Compressive strength of brick. What should be the compressive strength of the brick? For normal construction, the compressive strength of the brick should be greater than 5.5 newtons per mm square. Depends upon the quality, this strength may vary, but normal construction usually it is considered as 5.5. If the strength is more, that is okay for the construction. So, 5.5 can take us 5.5, should be more than 5.5. Then second one, size, shape, color of the brick should be uniform. So, size should be according to the specification 19 by 9 by 9 centimeters. Shape should be perfectly all right and color should be uniform. Third property, hardness. A good brick should have sufficient hardness. Sufficient hardness. Fourth property, water absorption. A good brick should not absorb water more than 20% of its own weight when immersed in water for 24 hours. A good brick should not absorb water more than 20% of its own weight when immersed in water for 24 hours. Next property or next characteristic. If you struck two bricks each other, so here I have brought two bricks. If you struck two bricks each other, it should produce that sound. What is that sound? Can you recognize that sound? That sound is called metallic ringing sound. So next quality or the next property is, if you struck two bricks each other, it should produce metallic ringing sound. Composite strength should be more than 5.5. Size, shape, color, everything should be uniform, should have sufficient hardness, and it should not absorb water more than 20% of its own weight when immersed in water for 24 hours. And if you strike two bricks each other, it should produce metallic ringing sound. Next quality or the next property. If you allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter like this, not like this, that is in flat position. If you allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter, it should not break. See, nothing happened. Perfectly all right. So that is the next condition. If you allow the brick to fall from 1 meter, it should not break or should not fail. So these are the qualities or characteristics or properties expected from a good brick. Composite strength should be more than 5.5 newtons per mm square. Size, shape, color, everything should be perfectly all right. Should have sufficient hardness, and it should not absorb water more than 20% of its own weight when immersed in water for 24 hours. If you strike two bricks each other, it should produce that metallic ringing sound, and if you allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter, it should not fail. Now, we have to test all these things. We have to check up all these things. That is coming under the next title, that is the test. Test. First one, that is compressive strength test, which is carried out with the help of a machine that is called compressive strength testing machine. Compressive strength testing machine. There are different types or varieties of machine which can be operated manually, as well as with the help of electricity, and nowadays digital display type machine is also available. We will go for the conventional type. The machine consists of a loading unit and a pumping unit. A loading unit, one side, loading unit, and a pumping unit. The pumping unit consists of a dial gauge with an amp or a needle, with the two switches, one on switch and off switch. So this is the dial gauge, switches. This pumping unit can be operated manually with the help of this handle, or which can be operated with the help of electricity to power supply. The pumping unit, it is connected to the loading unit with the help of cables. Now the loading unit, it consists of two vertical shaft or vertical arm with a loading platform loading platen at the bottom. This is the lower loading platen and an upper loading platen with a handle at the top. So, this is the setup, this is the handle, this is the lower platform or lower platen, this is the upper platen. So, this is the apparatus, pumping unit and a loading unit. Now, take the brick and measure its dimension. Take the brick and measure its length and width. Record it. Length so much mm, width so much mm. Say I will put x mm and say y mm. Now keep it on this lower loading platen like this and turn the handle at the top. Then the upper loading platen will come and rest over this brick. So the position of the brick will be like this. So this is the position of the brick. This is the brick. After keeping the brick on this loading unit, just start this pumping unit by switching it on. Just press it. So when you switch it on, due to hydraulic pressure, this lower loading platform will come up slowly. At the same time, the top is fixed. That is fixed there. So when you start this pumping unit, the arm is also start moving like this. And finally, as you go on increasing the loading, as your time passes, what may happen? It is compressing. The brick is under compression from top as well as from the bottom. Failure may occur. Brick may fail. At that time, the needle will stop. So assume this is the point where the needle is stopped. Read that value from the dial gauge. That reading or that value is called the maximum load or the failure load. Say K Newton, assume K Newton, whatever it is here. Now the compressive strength can be calculated. Compressive strength of the brick is equal to maximum load divided by the area on which the load is applied. In our case, the maximum load is K Newton, and the area on which the load is applied, say x into y. So this is the compressive strength. Now as per the specification, this value should be more than 5.5 newtons per mm square. So take the brick, note its dimension, keep it on the machine, apply the load, apply the pressure, note the failure load or the crushing load or the maximum load, divide by the area on which the load is applied, you will get the compressive strength. So whatever be the material, its compressive strength can be calculated with the help of this compressive strength testing machine. Suppose if you want to find out the compressive strength of concrete, instead of brick, you just keep the concrete cube here, apply the load. If you want to find out the compressive strength of timber, keep the timber here. If you want to find out the compressive strength of tile, place the tile here. So whatever be the materials, its compressive strength can be calculated with the help of the compressive strength testing machine. Procedure is same, note the dimension, keep it on the machine, apply the load, note the maximum load, divide by the area on which the load is applied, you will get the compressive strength. So with the help of this machine, compressive strength of any material can be calculated. So that is the first test, compressive strength test, which can be calculated, find out with the help of compressive strength testing machine. Next one, size, shape, color, how it can be tested? Size, shape, color, how it can be tested? It can be tested like this, by observation. Of course, size we can measure with the help of a scale, but shape and color by observation. So second test, by observation. Compressive strength, size, shape, color. Next, hardness. Hardness can be tested with the help of your own fingernail. Take a brick and try to make a scratch on the surface of the brick with the help of your fingernail. See whether there is any impressions. If there are no impressions, we can say this brick is having sufficient hardness. So, how the test is carried out? Take a brick and try to make a scratch on the surface with the help of your own fingernail and see whether there is any impression. If no impression, it is having sufficient hardness. So, hardness can be tested by fingernail. Next, water absorption. Water absorption can be tested with the help of a weighing balance. Take a dry brick and keep it on the weighing balance. Note its weight, initial weight, or it can be called as the dry weight. Initial weight or dry weight, let it be W1 kilogram. After that, keep it under water for 24 hours. Keep it under water for 24 hours. After 24 hours, take the brick out and wipe away the surface water and again note its weight with the help of a weighing balance. That weight is called the final weight. Final weight, or it is called the wet weight, say W2 kilograms. Then what is W2 minus W1? W2 minus W1, what it is? That is the quantity or amount of water absorbed, amount of water absorbed, amount of water absorbed. So, as per the condition, W2 minus W1 should not be greater than 20 by 100 of what? Initial weight, that is nothing but W1. So, this is the condition. So, this is the condition. W2 minus W1 should not be more than 20 by 100 of W1. So, water absorption can be tested with the help of by taking the weight by weighing balance. Weighing balance. Next test, that is called sound test. Sound test. Sound test, how it is carried out? Take two bricks and struck each other. It should produce a metallic ringing sound, that is called sound test. Sound test. Next is falling test. Falling test. Falling test. Allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter, should not fail. So, these are the tests for the brick, and two more tests are specified in your syllabus, as per your syllabus, that is efflorescence test. Efflorescence test, and the second test is called structure test. Structure test. Efflorescence test and structure test. First one, efflorescence test. Take a brick and keep it under water for 24 hours. After 24 hours, take it out and dry the brick under a shade. Under a shade means not under direct sunlight. You can keep it inside the room and dry the brick and see whether there is any color changes on the surface, any deposits on the surface. If there is no color difference or no deposits on the surface, we can say this brick is totally free from all the chemicals, impurities, etc. That is the test. So, take a brick, keep it under water for 24 hours. After 24 hours, take the brick out and dry the brick under a shade. See whether there is any deposit or any color changes. If no deposits, no color changes, you can say it is free from all the impurities. And the last test, that is structure test. Structure test, you have to take a brick and break the brick. Now, after breaking, examine the brick. You see here, you see inside you can see so many foreign materials, pebbles and cavities. So, inside part should be uniform, free from foreign materials, free from cavities like this. So, that is the test. So, take the brick and break the brick and study the inside details, get the inside details. It should be free from all the cavities, impurities, organic matters, pebbles, etc. So, these are the tests for brick. First one is compressive strength test, which can be carried out with the help of compressive strength testing machine. Take the brick, keep it on the machine, apply the load, not the maximum load, divide by the area. That value should be greater than 5.5 newtons per mm square. Size, shape, color can be tested by observation. Hardness, try to make a scratch. There should not be any impressions left out. Water absorption, take a brick, note its weight, keep it under water, again note its weight. That difference should not be more than 20% of the initial weight. Then sound test, strike two bricks each other, it should produce that metallic ringing sound. Falling test, allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter, should not fail. Efflorescence test, keep it under water, take out, dry under shade. There should not be any color changes or any deposits. Structure test, break the brick and see the inside portion. So, these are all about tests. Now, examination sometimes they may ask, describe the lab test for brick, describe the field test for brick. Now, out of these 8 tests, which all are the lab tests? The first one, you require a machinery, so it is a lab test. Then water absorption, that is a lab test, weighing machine is required. All other tests we can carry it out with the help of, without any help of any machinery, can carry it out in the field. So, only 1 and 4 are the lab tests, all other tests are field tests. Now, we will move to the classification of bricks. Types. So, before going into the classification of bricks, just we will see the manufacturing process of brick. Manufacturing process. So, in the case of cement, there are 3 steps, 3 stages in the manufacturing process of the cement. Here, there are 4 stages. First one is preparation of clay, brick clay. Second one is molding. Third one is drying, and finally burning. So, as in the case of cement, here also there are different methods for molding, different methods for drying, different methods for burning. You need not go into detail, just remember these titles. Suppose one brick undergoes only the first 3 steps, preparation, molding, drying. That brick is called unburned brick. Unburned brick. If one brick undergoes all these 4 stages, that is called burned brick. Burned bricks. So, brick is classified, broadly classified into unburned brick and burned brick. This burned brick is again classified as first class, second class, third class and fourth class. So, what is the difference between first class, second class, third class and fourth class? If you take the first class brick, the surface of the brick will be smooth like this, surface will be smooth like this, and that will qualify all the tests. Compressive strength will be more, very high, there will not be any water absorption, should not absorb water more than 20, size, shape, color, everything will be perfectly all right. If you strike each other, it will produce metallic ringing sound. If you allow it to fall, it won't fail. Inside portion will be uniform, no cavities, no foreign materials. That is the condition of first class brick, and they are table molded brick, table molded brick. So, that is why the surfaces are smooth like this. Molding can be carried out with the help of a table or on the ground. So, first class brick is a table molded brick, surface is smooth. It is used for superior quality works, superior quality works. So, if you are constructing any building with a first class brick, you need not plaster the surface. So, that is the advantage of first class brick. Coming to the second class brick, they are ground molded. So, surface will be rough like this, but it will satisfy again all these conditions. Strength will be more, will not be any water absorption more than 20%, size, shape, color, everything will be uniform. So, that is the condition of second class brick. But if you are using second class brick, surface should be plastered like this, surface should be plastered. Coming to the third class brick, that is also ground molded, but that may or may not give the required strength. Inside portion may be like this, just we have seen a brick. There may be cavities, there may be foreign materials, and sometimes it may give strength more than the required value, sometimes the strength may be less. Sometimes it may absorb water more than 20, sometimes may not. If you struck, it may fail. If you allow it to fall from a height of 1 meter, it may fail. So, that is the condition of third class bricks. So, that is why it is recommended only for temporary construction. Temporary construction. And coming to the fourth class brick, they are also called overburned brick. Overburned bricks. So, it is not used for any permanent construction or it is not used for any temporary construction. Overburned brick means color will be more or less same as this dark brown color, dark reddish brown color. So, it is not used for any construction, but the small pieces, smaller than this, smaller pieces can be used as aggregates in concrete, as you know. So, we will come into that topic. In your time being, you understand like this: aggregate is the material added with the cement to make the concrete. So, instead of that metal, broken stone, we can use the broken pieces of such bricks. So, bricks are classified as burnt brick and unburnt brick. Burnt brick is classified again as first class, second class, third class and fourth class, depends upon the quality. So, to rewind, we have discussed the brick. Size of the brick is, standard size is 19 by 9 by 9 centimeters, nominal size is 20 by 10 by 10 centimeters. The manufacturing process consists of preparation of clay, molding, drying and burning. Then we have seen the characteristics, qualities. First quality, strength should be more than 5.5 newtons per mm square. Size, shape, color, everything should be uniform. Should have sufficient hardness, and if you strike two bricks each other, it should produce metallic ringing sound. And if you allow it to fall from a height of 1 meter, it should not fail, and it should not absorb water more than 20% of its own weight when it is in water for 24 hours. Then we have seen the test. So, important test is the compressive strength test. Take the brick, note its dimension, keep it on the machine, compressive strength test machine, apply the load, note the maximum load or the failure load, divided by the area, you will get the compressive strength. Then size, shape, color can be tested by close observation. Hardness by trying to make a scratch on the surface. Water absorption with the help of weighing balance by noting the initial weight and the final weight. Find out the difference. That should not be more than 20% of its initial weight. Then sound test. Strike two bricks each other should produce that metallic ringing sound. Then falling test, allow the brick to fall from a height of 1 meter. Then efflorescence test, keep the brick under water, dry under shade, there should not be any color changes or deposits. Then last, structure test, break the brick and see whether there is any cavities, foreign materials, etc. Then we have seen the classification types: first class, second class, third class and fourth class. Hope it is clear for you. Thank you.